Hello.
Yeah, I'm just returning your phone call. I was in the middle of an email and I had to finish it.
Yeah, sometimes I was just listening to NPR and trying to go through my day, and sometimes I'm
Trying to get what?
reminded that you have accused me of doing horrible something to the family, to others, and I still don't know what it is that you think it is that I've done.
What's your question?
Well, again, you have told me, you have told other people, apparently, that I've done horrible things, that there are reasons why no one wants to speak to me, but I don't know what they are. And every
Okay,
time
then,
I ask
then why don't you
you,
just ask them yourself?
well, again, because you are the person who has said it. It's not about other people. It's really about you, because you're the one speaking to me. You're the one saying you want to speak to me. I have a court case going on. There's a lot of issues between me and you. And so the question is, what is it that you believe that I've done so that I can at least
It's not what I
know what it
believe.
is that I've
Everything
done?
is documented.
Again, you just keep going to these documented. What document? What
Okay,
document do I need to refer to?
where did you want to start? What year?
Again, anywhere, Ma, because if you're accusing someone, you're accusing me
I'm not
of
accusing
how
anybody. You
you're
don't have any
accusing
proof of
Ma,
that.
you're saying that there are reasons that you know of for all the things that have happened in my life. You're saying that you know why. I don't know. You're saying I
I
don't.
haven't said anything.
You are saying that. You're implying. You've said that to other people. You've said
To
it to me.
what other people?
Again, even to me recently, just
You need to be
recently,
specific.
you said, I'm telling you, just recently you said to me that my heart failure, I caused it on myself. You said that.
I did. I made that statement.
Okay, then.
Yes, I
So
did.
again, there has to be a reason why you believe that.
You haven't. For years you didn't manage your stress. You didn't address your trauma.
Again, that is incorrect, because that's what I'm
Okay.
doing right now. Again,
Okay.
it's you that has not addressed it. And that's exactly this weird circle that we're continuing in, which doesn't make any sense. Because you just took the time out to write an email for work, which means that you have to understand that we can't continue on this weird circle of it's all about me without you acknowledging that you're also alive, that your actions also affect me and have, and that if you believe that I have done something to cause my problems, then it is your responsibility to tell me what it is that you believe I've done.
Okay, I'm not a doctor.
It's
It's
not
just what
about
I have
being a doctor.
observed.
Again, that's what I'm saying. Like, where would you believe that you can't? This is what I'm saying. I'm tired of this. I've done this with you previously. It doesn't make sense. It makes sense for other people. Again, there are other people in my life that I have these types of conversations with that it makes sense. There's a homeless person who was hit in the head, had brain surgery, that every once in a while I speak to. It makes sense that he will continuously have the same kind of conversation over and over again. I'm just being friendly with him. It's a different kind of situation. There is no indication that he has a job in which he had to take 10 minutes out to
What
write
does
an
that have to do
email
with
in which
anything?
other people need to understand his complex
What does this
thoughts.
have to do with anything?
Well,
I'm trying to understand where you go with this. I'm
why
trying
is it that you
to
don't
understand where you go with
understand
this.
something
What
as
exactly are you asking? A specific circumstances, a specific actions, and a specific people.
again, number one, I don't know why you get this tone of voice, which number one, I don't know why I would believe you should hate it, because it is very fucking New York. All right. And you hate any association to that place. So I don't know why you're coming at me as if I'm fucking fighting you.
I'm not fighting you. I had a really long day. I worked my ass off. And I want to understand exactly what it is. And it
You,
frustrates
well,
me
again,
that you're not asking for.
but again, you say you want to understand. But if you want to understand,
you're accusing me, you're asking me to just about stuff, and you cannot come up with the specifics. You cannot come up with names. You cannot come up with dates.
no, that's you. Again, Ma, that's what the whole phone call is me saying. Fact of the matter, again, I have a court case. I have a court case coming up. I don't have other people in my life. You seem to believe to know the reasons why all of these things are just and reasonable. And if you know the reasons why they're just and reasonable, then it is your responsibility to tell me.
What things? What things?
Again, everything from the court case to Milton to my daughter to the mother of my child to anything. That's what I'm saying, to anything.
I mean, so I'm supposed to unload 7 years of your actions in one phone call?
Well, again, Ma, at what point in time you think that's not going to happen? What are you going to do, it over my dead body? Because again, that's where that phrase comes from.
I'm trying to understand. Well, I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a
well, again,
expert.
but then you don't need to understand any of that to understand that you have said, Ma, again.
I don't know. That alone explains a lot.
What do you mean explains a lot? Again, what is simple to understand is you didn't need to have a fucking degree or talk to anybody else apparently to understand, as you stated even in this phone call, that apparently my actions are what led to my congestive heart failure. You understand that, right?
Okay, so you want me to answer because obviously, you ask questions that you're not allowing me to answer. Based on everything that I have read by cardiologists.
Again, you're deflecting. Okay. I don't have a question. This is not about the question about me having questions about how I got my heart failure. It's about you being able to say specifically, you, not I read, not somebody else's opinion, you. Why? And again, the reason, but you're not letting me finish. The reason why is because this isn't a conversation that's only stayed between me and you. If this conversation only stayed between me and you, then there's no problem. But the fact of the matter is that you have continuously had this conversation with others and have made accusations as to what your beliefs are, as to what has caused the situation I'm in.
I'm not a doctor. I could only observe.
Again, it's not one thing. That's what is odd about this situation. In other words, other people can do that to other people in their lives. The reason why is other people have specific kind of just places in their lives. Right now, that's not what's going on. You don't have just one specific thing in my life. You're not just one person in my life in the sense of, oh, you're just a doctor that can answer only what a doctor can answer. Or you're just a lawyer, so you could only answer what a lawyer could answer. I'm asking you as a person questions because you as a person has, whether you intended it or not, people have taken your actions as a person, not as a doctor, not as even a certified internal auditor, not even anything else, but as a person.
Associate with anyone. Who are you talking about?
Again, Ma, it's not. You do associate with people. You called Adult Protective Services here in San Francisco to help attain these assistance. And the whole reason why there's no assistance that has been given is because even you can't state what assistance you believe is needed.
Okay. I already told you via text, and I told him very clearly. You're a 45-year-old man who is unable to find work.
And why can't and why can't I find work? But why can I not find work? Because obviously that's why you're calling the person, so you could find out why I can't find work. Is that correct? Or why were you calling him?
No, I asked them to see if they can provide you with assistance because
assistance to find work.
Providing for financial assistance.
Okay, assistance for what then? Again, clearly, what assistance did you expect them to be able to provide?
I don't know. I just asked the question.
You didn't ask the question. You made an accusation. Again, that's what you're not understanding.
Accusation. Those are, I made I stated facts. You're a 45-year-old male who has not been able to pay his rent for the last 3 years because you haven't had a job, and somehow, okay, for whatever.
What do you mean somehow? Ma, again, you called them. Ma, again,
a
stop.
person gets,
Ma,
you know,
you
heart
called them.
failure
Again,
because
stop.
of
Ma, please.
stress.
Do you not understand that you called them?
I did. Of course I
So,
called them.
okay, so that
I told you I
indicates that
called them.
you, it's as if you have no idea as to why that would have
I did
occurred.
have an idea as to why. I told him. I said, I am providing this financial assistance. He lives in San Francisco in the state of California. He's unable to work. What kind of assistance can you provide him? But that's simple. It's all reported.
Ma, again, it can't be that that's what you said to them.
Well, then, you know, there's nothing I could do. I told you what I told you. You
Ma,
don't want to believe me?
again,
That's all
so
you
ma,
got me.
ma,
I can't make
ma,
you believe
again,
me.
this is comedic, because again, you just told me that you were at work. You're a certified internal auditor. You're not, like, I don't know.
I'm not at work, okay? I finished my email and I'm taking a walk.
I'm
so
just
that I could go ahead
what I
and
mean
reset.
to imply is, ma, there's no way that you cannot understand that you didn't just ask them a question. You made an accusation. Do you understand that?
Okay. If, when I said, do you have any assistance that you can provide? They asked
But
me questions.
okay, but
Where
they're
does he live?
protective
What's his name?
services, ma.
Well, here it is.
They're
Here's
protective.
his
You
name,
called,
here's his address.
ma. Do you understand? You called adult protective services.
That, okay. Don't be deceived by the name. Okay?
What?
Don't be deceived by the name. I'm not gonna split hairs. I know what I did, and I know who I called. When I talked to the social worker, I explained the situation. I said, does this follow under your agency? And he said, an adult who cannot provide for themselves, we are able to help. Okay, so don't, I'm not going to split hairs with you here. I know what I did. I know what I said. I don't live in California. I don't know how they're agencies. Just if you didn't classify, then all you had to say was, you know what, Mrs. Estrada, you're on your own. We cannot help grown adults who cannot provide for themselves. But that's not what they responded. They responded, hey, this might be a case where we can go in and help.
Yeah, but okay. So, but again, what assistance is it that you thought that they could provide?
Listen, anything, okay? Anything to take my burden away or help me.
But help you how? Again, but help you how?
Give you half the rent or give him half the rent or something.
But that's adult protective services. Like, adult protective services doesn't give people money.
Well, then he didn't say that to me, okay? He just said, we're going to look into it and we're going to contact Charlie. That's all.
But in your mind, again, ma, but again, just in your mind, do you not really understand that adult protective services doesn't give people money?
Well, you're making that statement now. He didn't say that. I talked to
No, but
worker.
You can't.
Okay, it was a first-time conversation. It was just exploratory. He didn't owe me any explanation. He asked me, what was the situation? I said, well, this is the situation. He's unable to provide for himself. He has heart failure. And then he says, well, we'll have to contact him. Okay? I'm not you. I don't have any authority over you.
Okay, ma, those are separate things. Those I just don't even understand how your mind could say that. Like, it does. That's what I'm saying. Like, it just seems like you're joking.
You don't need to slice and splice my mind. I'm very clear. I know what I said, and I know exactly what I was looking for: financial help. And that's exactly what I stated. I'm just looking for help. He's an adult. He pay taxes in California. The state should go ahead and step in. He could have told me right then and there, oh, but we don't do that. But he didn't. He said, we will contact Mr. Trocher. Well, that's on them. That's their process. I don't own their process.
It's not about, again, so that's what I'm saying, man. This is where it becomes, it's who am I talking to? You're my mother. It's not about their process. Nobody gives a fuck about their process. You have your own responsibilities to yourself. And if you have a goal and desired outcome, that hasn't happened.
but to myself. And I'm carrying a lot of people on my back, including you.
No. That's what I'm saying. That's what you're not understanding. Because you're making me have to carry you on my back. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. Just because
What
you're
do you mean?
paying the money
What do you
doesn't
mean?
mean that
Nobody
there
carries
aren't
me.
other
I
work
stand
to
on my
be
own 2
done.
feet.
Okay, ma. I don't know what to say. Like, it doesn't make any sense for you if you believe that I am a financial burden to you for you to call Adult Protective
If you haven't
Services.
come to that conclusion on your own, then
Ma,
you
you
need to
just
sit
said that
back
you called
and really take
Adult
a breath
Protective
and become
Services
aware
because you needed
of
help.
your situation.
Ma, again, you said that you called Adult Protective Services because you needed
You're
help with
splitting
the financial
hairs.
burden.
If they could have just told me we don't take care of that. They said they will contact you.
No, I
That
understand
conversation
that.
was
Again,
between you and them.
Ma, again, you're making me laugh because it doesn't make sense. Like, it's a
All right, then it
separate,
doesn't.
it's because
There's
that's a
nothing I can do about
separate,
it.
it's a
If facts
separate,
don't make sense, then facts don't make sense.
Ma, because again, now you're getting personal. And the fact of the matter is, I already told you, I don't want to be a burden to you, especially not financially. And if I am financially a burden to you, I would like to alleviate that as quickly as possible. Because the fact of the matter is, that is not something I'm comfortable with or want to happen. Do you understand that?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last part.
The part being that the only reason I accept financial aid from you is because I believe and understand it to not be a burden for you. Do you understand that?
Okay. I don't know. Maybe go back to my text messages and read when I say it is a
Ma,
financial
again,
burden.
you're not making, Ma,
Nobody should have the responsibility of another adult.
I
Not
am,
at this point in
Ma,
time.
again, I understand that, but the solution for that is not calling Adult Protective Services. And
Well,
that
that
is
was
the
months ago.
issue. But it hasn't, the effects of it don't just go away. Do you understand that?
Okay, so how is it affecting you now?
Well,
If they can't help you, case closed. Move on.
it's not case closed because, again, there is a court case in Florida that is currently active that also includes the fact that you have been calling people asking
Okay.
for assistance.
I don't know where you're going with this. There's
Again,
no
where
connection.
I'm going very simply in that you have a problem even right now. The more current problem is you called Adult Protective Services because you believe me to be a financial burden. That was only a couple months ago. You are still paying rent. I'm still trying to get in conversation with you as to how you believe that I'll be able to provide for myself, or what conclusion is it that you think is just going to happen magically? Because I don't, I can't do things completely on my own, especially if you're calling Adult Protective Services and
That was
telling
months
them
ago.
that they, believing that that's the appropriate service when it is not.
Well, they didn't tell me that.
It's not just about, again, it's not just about it's not what they told you. It's about whether or not you understand for yourself how to resolve your own issues. Because I do not want to be a problem for you. I believe myself not to be a problem, despite whatever you may say on a daily basis, simply because I can understand numbers and I understand where you live. I understand the amount of income that would take. I understand the amount of income it has taken for you to get there. I understand what you pay for my grandparents. I also understand what income is coming into that household. I know what income is coming in to the other households in that area as well. I have been part of the family for quite a while, and money has been a very big issue, if for no other reason that you have been the only person in that close-knit family era, whatever you call it, us, to make any substantial amount of money over a consistent amount of time. And that is for both for you and my stepfather.
Yeah, so what's the conclusion here? Because I just got
So
back.
the conclusion is, again, it makes no sense for you to believe that the appropriate way to resolve your issue of belief that I should be doing things on my own and or that you have too much of a financial burden, providing for me, it
So
is not to call adult protective services.
What else left for me to do? Really? What else?
Again, you could just
What
talk.
else?
You could just talk to me.
I mean,
Again, this
if
is
people can't-
as far as numbers and finances. Again, this is all very simple. Realistically, you've already been through disability with my grandfather. You have a better idea than even I do as to what that actually looks like going forward.
Ever.
Ma, even I was involved in it, and that's exactly why I know you were as well.
Well, Charlie, again, you're making statements that are not true. They may be true in your mind,
Ma,
but they're
again,
not true.
it's again, you're going down a downward spiral, Ma, because if that's not true, then there is no reason why you should be putting yourself in charge of my grandparents' finances and trying to get conservatorships as you have done and making accusations that other people are harming them if you don't even know the process of getting to where they are now.
Are you here to go
Ma, again, I'm not a nurse. I'm her grandson. Again, I'm not a nurse. I'm her grandson. Plain and fucking simple. My grandmother didn't wipe my ass more than ever she needed to either. It wasn't, you know what I mean? Nobody goes around in this fucking family wanting to fucking wipe people's asses or fucking live their life more than they need to. So again, explain to me why the fuck and who the fuck you've been listening to that you believe that that's a fucking normal thing to do.
Disrespectful. I'm sorry. I'll talk to you later.